All right, what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be reacting to Sivir, the Battle Mistress. If this is your first time here, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at her biography and story first. We'll move on to any cinematic trailers she has, take a look at her abilities, look at her skins, and then finally end off with the wiki and the voice lines at the very end of the video. Also, if this is your first time here, you might as well leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We do a bunch of League of Legends reactions, so go ahead and check some of those out while you're here on the channel as well. All right, so let's go ahead and start off with Sivir. I don't really, obviously I know she is the daughter of Azir, right? Like that's basically like they have the same bloodline, or not the daughter of Azir. She is in the same bloodline as Azir, right? So she has a very important blood inside of her. And forgive me, I know there's something very important with her weapon. I don't recall. I believe it's just a key, right? Like it's also a key. But other than that, I don't know anything about Sivir. I don't know like what she's been doing before, you know, the release of Azir and everything like that. So let's go ahead and find out about her. Quote says, "Coin may buy you skill for a day, but never loyalty." That's true. Role is marksman, region is Shurima, and related champions we have are Azir, Nasus, and Talia. All right, the paragraph says, Sivir is a renowned mercenary captain who plies her trade in the deserts of Shurima. Armed with legendary jeweled crossblade, she has fought and won countless battles for those who can afford her services, and prides herself on recovering lost treasures from the catacombs beneath the old empire, for a generous share of the profits, of course. With ancient forces stirring the very bones of Shurima, Sivir now finds herself torn between conflicting destinies. Okay, so basically just a mercenary out for hire, and then, you know, all that other stuff starts happening. Let's get into her biography. I'm very curious, like the actual origin for her. From an early age, Sivir learned firsthand the harsh lessons of Shuriman desert life. With her entire family slain by marauding Cathayans, one of the great size, most infamous raider tribes, the young girl and other orphans like her could only hope to survive by stealing food from local markets and delving into half-buried ancient ruins in search of trinkets to sell. They would brave cramped tunnels and forgotten crypts, hunting for anything of value, often scrapping viciously with one another over the best finds. Sivir would lead others into the depths, but could rarely hold on to what a few treasures she managed to unearth. After being robbed by her supposed friend Myra, she swore she would never allow herself to be betrayed again, and in time she joined a group of mercenaries led by the renowned Ihaziharo, serving as their guide and general lackey. Okay, so from that little trauma thing that happened there, basically she's not going to be very trustworthy of other people going on throughout the rest of her life, I assume. Though her flourishing skill at arms eventually led her to become Ziharo's personal sergeant, Sivir noted that the domineering leader took the greatest share of gold and glory from every raid, even when it was Sivir's clever strategies that brought them their wealth. Rallying her fellow sellswords, Sivir decided to strike against Ziharo and replace her as leader. Unwilling to kill her former mentor, though, Sivir left her alone in the desert with a hollow offer of good luck. Wow. Over the years, Sivir and her new followers earned a fearsome reputation. They accepted any task for good pay, including a commission from a Nashrameh patriarch looking for a lost heirloom, a blade known as the Chalakar. Accompanied by his personal guards, Sivir searched for many months until she finally pried a cross-shaped blade from the sarcophagus of some hero of the old Shuriman Empire. This was a treasure indeed, crafted by cunning and magic in a long-forgotten age. Sivir marveled at it. Never had a weapon felt so natural in her grip. When the captain of the guard demanded they return it to their master, Sivir threw the blade in a curved arc, decapitating the captain and cutting down the 3 men behind him in an instant. She fought her way from the tomb, leaving only the dead in her wake. Oh, that's so awesome. Sivir's reputation soon spread beyond the desert. Indeed, when Noxian expeditions began to move inland from the northern coast, she found herself in the employ of Cassiopeia, the youngest daughter of General Du Couteau, to help plunder Shurima's lost capital. As they traversed twisting catacombs, many of Sivir's mercenaries fell to ancient traps, but Cassiopeia refused to turn back. When they finally reached a great tomb door surrounded by statued guardians and bas-reliefs depicting the mighty god warriors of old, Sivir felt her blood stir. She was mesmerized by these beast-headed heroes and their wars against the foul creatures of the underworld. Taking advantage of Sivir's inattention, Cassiopeia thrust a dagger into the mercenary's back. Sivir collapsed in agony, her blood soaking the sand. Using the Chalakar itself, Cassiopeia unlocked the tomb door, unknowingly triggering the sorceress curse that had been placed upon it. On the verge of death, Sivir watched as a stone serpent came to life before her eyes. Searing Cassiopeia's skin with venom. The last thing the sellsword heard before her senses dimmed were the roars of maddened gods unleashed from the tomb to walk the earth once more. But fate, it seemed, was not yet done with Sivir. Unknown to her, she carried the last trace of an ancient royal bloodline in her veins. She woke to find herself tended by none other than Azir, the last ruler of the empire, who had been denied his right of ascension and passed into legend. Her spilled blood had reawakened his spirit after almost 3,000 years, completing the ritual and imbuing him with all the celestial power of a god emperor. There, in the Oasis of the Dawn, he used the healing waters of that sacred pool to miraculously undo Sivir's mortal wound. She had heard tales of Azir and his prophesied return and always thought only fools could believe in such fantasy, and yet she could not deny what was unfolding before her eyes. The earth split, and great plumes of dust whirled into the air as the ancient city of Shurima rose from its grave, crowned by an enormous golden disk that shone with the heavenly rays of the sun. Shaken to her very core, Sivir fled with the Chalakar on her back. I mean, I don't blame her, I guess. While she would have liked nothing more than to return to her former life, she instead found herself caught up in the struggles of powers greater than most mortals could comprehend. At the city of Kara, she crossed paths with another ascended being, the freed magus Xerath, now seeking to end Azir's bloodline for good. But with the help of the scholar Nasus and a young stoneweaver named Talia, Sivir survived once more. The time has now come when she must choose a path, either embracing the destiny she has been given or forging her own amid the shifting sands of Shurima. Yeah, so basically, man, so many things happen in her biography, by the way. So many other champions appear in it as well, which is really cool. But basically, she has a destiny because, she has the same blood as Azir or whatever from the bloodline. And then she kind of wants to go back to her original life of just being like a mercenary. But I think she's obviously going to realize like her life is a little bit more important than just being a mercenary. And she's part of this destiny with Azir and Shurima and everything like that. And it's very interesting. So if they ever eventually do something with Shurima's like storyline or anything, it'd be really cool, because Sivir would be definitely a pretty important part of that. But, based on like Arcane and everything, I don't think we're going to be going to Shurima anytime soon with like a show or anything, but maybe they'll do some like cool storyline or event in League of Legends at some point in the future. That'll be cool. All right, I would say nothing really new here, except maybe at the end here, I didn't realize she ran into Xerath and Talia ends up helping her out. That's pretty new to me. I knew about the Cassiopeia stuff, and then obviously Azir being woken and, Renekton and Nasus being let out. So that wasn't really too new. And then obviously like the beginning here with her mercenary stuff was all new to me. But this is still really cool stuff. Let's go ahead and read the story. All right, our story is just called Water. Sivir's throat felt like it was coated in a layer of broken glass. The cracked flesh of her lips burned. Her eyes refused to focus. I've given them more than enough time to move on. She leaned around the edge of the boulder. The caravan was still at the spring and showing no signs of moving on. Why did they have to be Cathayans? Of the many, many tribes that want her dead, the Cathayans stood out in their persistence. Sivir scanned the tribesmen again, looking for any sign the caravan might climb out of the old riverbed and continue its journey. She rolled her shoulders, trying to judge if her muscles were up to fighting a half-dozen men. She'd have to take them by surprise to stand a chance. Yo, girl is thirsty, and there's like this whole tribe here, and she's like gonna probably have to take them out just to get water. That prissy Noxian got the drop on me. Sivir shook her head, trying to clear her mind. Now wasn't the time for those thoughts. I'm becoming scattered from the lack of water. Why didn't I bring more water? The city had been bursting with it. Huge streams poured from statues, all at the command of an ancient. He healed my wound and saved my life. Then he returned to rebuilding the temples around him, calling out strange words in an old dialect she could barely make sense of. Talking to himself in a dead city filled only with sand. I had to get out before that sorcerer decided to sink it all back beneath the dust, or that I owed him. Okay, so this is taking place basically right after she was cured by the waters, and Azir is like bringing back the city. Swallowing brought fresh agony to Sivir's throat. She looked at the spring again, a simple puddle of brown water in the center of the caravan. I've given them a day, she reasoned. I will die or they will die. For a few drops of water or a few slivers of gold, that is the way of the desert. Sprinting toward the first guard, she readied her crossblade. Would there be enough time to reach him before he turned back around? She counted the distance, 14 strides, 12, 10, he can't make a sound. 2 strides. She jumped. Her blade sank completely through his neck, down into his shoulder. Blood erupted as she crashed down on him. Her momentum drove them behind the line of rocks on which he'd been standing. Sivir grabbed his arms. He struggled against her, refusing to accept he was already dead. The guard's blood drenched Sivir as he took a final gurgling breath. This man didn't need to die. Sivir thought again of Cassiopeia's blade. That Noxian bitch sunk a blade in my back. I died. That should mean something. A distant rumble sounded. Horses? A sand wall collapsing? There wasn't time to wonder what it meant. Sivir crawled across the hard stones. It won't take the rest of the caravan long enough to notice the guard's absence. The next target was moving high along the ridgeline. She needed to hit him before he walked away from the ledge. The shot has to be perfect. She threw the crossblade. Again, we're just reading another story that would be lovely as a cinematic. It hit the second guard, cutting him in half. Oh my god. The flying blade arced upward, but as it reached its apex, it slowed before reversing its direction. As it flew back toward her, it clipped the neck of the third man. There wouldn't be time for another throw now. The blade completed its arc, flying down toward the center of the water. She only had to reach it in time. The maneuver was an old standby. She would catch the weapon and kill the 3 remaining men in a single spinning somersault. But as she ran, her feet became heavy, and it seemed impossible to draw enough air into her pained lungs. 30 strides. She had to make the distance before the second man's body hit the ground. 20 strides. The muscles in her legs cramped, refusing to obey her commands. 15 strides. She found herself sliding, stumbling. No, not yet. Then, sooner than she had expected, the second man's body completed his fall and impacted the rocks. The sound was impossible to miss. One mistake was enough. The Cathayans were a desert people. The remaining guards had weapons drawn before she took another step. Her crossblade hit the water between the men and her, 5 strides in front of them, 10 strides from her. I could make it. Every reflex in Sivir's body willed her forward. Instead, she slid to a halt, nearly falling forward. Failing to bring enough water, waiting too long to attack, misjudging distances, I don't make these mistakes. Why? Some other part of Sivir's mind answered. She remembered the moment after Cassiopeia's dagger had pierced her back. She couldn't feel the blade itself. Instead, she felt a sudden, unexpected weight that seemed to steal her breath and crush her lungs. I killed 3 of you before you heard me, Sivir coughed. You don't have a weapon, the largest of the Cathayans said. Only because I didn't want your blood in the water, she lied. The 3 remaining men exchanged glances. They've recognized me. A year ago, I killed your chieftain and 24 of your finest for a bag of thin gold. It was a cheap price for the lives. She met the 3 men's eyes. They were spreading out from the water, attempting to flank her. I think she's trying to scare them into not fighting, but I think they're still going to fight. The gold I earned from killing your chieftain and kinsman, she asked. I gambled it away in a single evening. We will avenge them and your insult, the largest man responded. I shouldn't have killed them, she said. Not for that gold. Don't make me kill you for a few cups of water. The Cathayan's leader nervously adjusted the grip on his weapon. I'm telling you, I can make it to the blade before you can act, Sivir explained. And if I run for my blade, you will die. She indicated the foul brown water. Your lives are worth more than that. Dude, that's so cool. I want this as a cinematic. I mean, she's being such a badass in this. Then we will die with honor, the largest man decided, though his fellows seemed less certain. Did I need that weapon to kill the 20 men you want to avenge? Sivir warned. You are too few. The 3 men hesitated. They knew Sivir's reputation. The other 2 pulled the largest man away before backing to their mounts. Sivir edged toward the water. We will return with our tribesmen for vengeance. Lots of people have tried that, she said. Never worked out for them. Wow, she actually convinced them to back off. That's so cool. Sivir rolled her swollen tongue against the top of her mouth, desperate for relief. Every part of her wanted to kneel down to the water and drink. I have to wait until they cross the far dune. Even in this moment, she's still being very smart about it. As the men climbed onto their saddles and rode away, the strange rumbling sounded again. It was loud and growing louder. It's not horses or shifting sands. Sivir turned to its source and watched as a 3-foot wall of blue water rushed down the ancient riverbed, the water from the city. The moment before the water hit Sivir, she felt the rush of cold, damp air in front of the flood. It shocked her like an unexpected kiss. The first wave nearly took out her knees. The impact stung with cold, but as it enveloped her waist and legs, it became soothingly cool. Sivir laid in the water, letting it wash over her. She could feel the painful grit of the desert washing away as her hair floated weightless and free. I was dead. I must make that mean something. So all that work just for like this water to come rushing from the city that Azir was bringing up. I mean, if this story did anything, it made me think of Sivir as just a badass, like straight up. She's super cool. She basically took out 3 men like very stealthily. She's able to like... She's one of those like kind of assassins that can like, and she's not even considered an assassin, but she's one of those assassins that, you know, can count how many strides it is to it, like the distance wise between her and her opponent, how far she can throw her crossblade, everything like that. She's very calculated and like strategic in her fighting, especially when she's being stealthy. So I thought this was really cool. And the fact that she was able to talk down the enemy, just being like, you guys, I killed 3 of your men before you even knew it. I will get to my blade before you even get to me. And then you guys will die. And I just want water. Like, that's just so cool. Basically, going into this now, I think she's just a badass. And I'm really excited to do more of Sivir's lore here. So let's go ahead and continue. All right, so Sivir, obviously being an older champion, we're going to take a look at her abilities overview page. And then we'll check out the Wild Rift video after this. So roll marksman, medium difficulty. Let's take a look at these abilities. So Fleet of Foot is the passive. Sivir gains a short burst of move speed when she attacks an enemy champion. Okay, just move speed. Boomerang Blade. That's sick. That's exactly what I figured she would have. So that's her Q. Sivir hurls her crossblade like a boomerang, dealing damage each way. Ricochet. Oh, whoa. Okay, so that's her W. Sivir's next few basic attacks gain additional attack speed and bounce to nearby targets, dealing reduced damage while bouncing. The bounce is weird, so it goes back and forth on those last 2 minions a couple of times. Spell Shield. Okay, it's just a basic shield, yeah. Creates a magical barrier that blocks a single enemy ability cast on Sivir. She receives health and a burst of movement speed if a spell is blocked. Okay, perfect. If you can time that really well, she can actually get some health and some speed. And her ultimate, On the Hunt. Okay, I see her with a Sivir. All right, the ultimate is Sivir leads her allies in battle, granting them a surge of move speed for a period of time. In addition, Sivir's attacks reduce her spell cooldowns. Okay, so it's basically like kind of a support ultimate in the sense that like it gives you and your team just move speed and you guys are able to go in faster and like chase people down or something. Cool. I mean, in terms of like abilities and everything, they seem pretty basic, and maybe that's because she is one of those older champions, so I totally get it. She obviously has a really good ability set here, and I think they're all pretty powerful in my opinion. Obviously, move speed and just throwing the weapon around and just doing as much damage as possible seems pretty good in my opinion. And then the ultimate can be pretty good in a team fight and everything like that, or if you're chasing people down. And spell shield is obviously just a pretty good shield in my opinion. All right, guys, let me know anything about Sivir in terms of her gameplay. Obviously, she's one of the oldest champions, I believe. So yeah, she's been in the game quite a while. All right, guys, let's take a look at the Wild Rift video that they did for her abilities.
Step light, strike hard.
Okay. Oh yeah. Move speed and just throwing that thing. Okay.
Crack 'em like a tomb.
All right, so fleet of foot. Okay, it seems like it lasts like 2 seconds, 2 full seconds, maybe 1.5 seconds. Yeah, boomerang blade's pretty good. It's got pretty good range on it, I would say. Okay, there's the ricochet, gain attack speed as well. Attacks bounce to nearby enemies. Oh, that's cool. Sick, okay. And then the shield. Nice, and then she blocked it and gained some healing. All right, and then they used Rammus in the Wild Rift video here. Cool, yeah. I mean, that's pretty good ult. Basic ability cooldown is also reduced. Attacks and takedowns grant morale, okay. Morale grants attack damage, aha. Okay, cool. At max morale, buff allies and refresh the ultimate. Oh, they didn't tell me any of that. Okay. So there is an additional effect to the ultimate. Wow. Yeah. She looks like she moves pretty fast most of the time. If you're just getting attacks in, like you always have that move speed buff, right? Ooh, that's a really cool skin as well. I like it. I like what they did with the weapon. Oh, speaking of skins, there's definitely going to be some really cool like variations of the weapon as well. That'll be neat to take a look at. All right, guys, that was fun. I think this was actually a good video to watch because, you know, we just get to see it in action and everything. Yay. All right, guys, this is actually exciting. We have a trailer that I've totally never seen before. So this is the Sivir champion trailer for Wild Rift, and it's called The Lone Warrior. Here we go. I feel like at this point, I've watched a lot of the League of Legends cinematics, and it's rare to find something newish. Oh, I bet you this is that tribe, the Cathaeon tribe or whatever it's called. Oh, that's so cool. I like the animation style here. This is exactly what I wanted. I wanted to see her in a cinematic. Oh, standing on the blade. Jinx does that sometimes in Arcane. Sick. She threw it, slid under, caught it. Dang. But realistically, she's kind of just more like a mercenary. She's not out like fighting bad guys, right? But this is still cool. Oh, a Sivir calling her, and she was walking in the opposite direction. She very much so does not want to go towards her destiny here. That was a cool trailer. I like that. That's very unique in my opinion. We have already seen the Rise of the Ascended trailer, so we don't need to see any of that stuff with Sivir. But this is something new as well. So this is the Sivir reveal for Legends of Runeterra.
You've got a problem, I've got a price.
All right, let's take a look.
Sign on the dotted line.
4 mana, 5/3, and level up when you've dealt 35 plus damage. That's all she cares about. All right. Let's take a look.
Danger pays.
5/3, huh? That's pretty good stats for a 4 attack or 4 mana. It's okay anyway. New keyword, reputation. You guys will have to let me know how Sivir is in the game if any of you have been playing lately.
That's all.
Sandswept Tomb.
Better deck.
Okay, I want to see this level up animation.
Line them up.
Oh yeah, any damage you do, huh? Whether to the creatures, to the nexus.
Blade, sand, and treasure. Couldn't ask for more.
Ooh. That's cool. All right, and then she's a 6/4 while I'm attacking. Hold on, I gotta roll it back. While I'm attacking allies have my keywords. Oh, that's cool. The attacking allies also get the buffs. That was a cool level up animation. The ricochet was neat. The fact that we followed the blade to her. Relic of Yore. Quick attack. Yep, there we go. They all get the keywords. That's cool. So you just buff her up and then send everybody in with her and they all get the buffs. Nice. Cool. Seems like a pretty straightforward, just like attack champion in Legends of Runeterra. Buff her up, deal damage. Easy peasy. All right, I liked that quite a bit. All right, everybody. It looks like Sivir has a million skins to look at. So we're going to go through these. I'm going to pick my top 3. You guys let me know in the comments what your favorite skin is, but holy crap, we have a lot of skins here. You know what, though? There is a skin in here that I have seen before because I think it kind of went viral-ish. It's this one, the Pizza Delivery Sivir skin. I have seen this. We'll get there later, but let's start off with the original. All right, let's look at all of them in 3D. All right, so here's Sivir. I guess she's doing a little stance here. This is her idle stance, I guess. Okay, look at the weapon here. I think this thing is going to change so much throughout all of these skins. I think that's going to be pretty sick to see. But honestly, yeah, I mean, the armor is kind of just like basic Shuriman armor. I guess she has like this crown thing on her head. That's pretty cool. Yeah, showing a lot of skin, but I mean, you know, I guess it's hot in Shurima, but also at the same time, I know you're supposed to wear like fully clothed things so you don't like get stung by like a scorpion or something, but that's in the real life. I don't know. Anyways, moving on. All right, we have Warrior Princess. Oh, so like Xena Warrior Princess. Cool. There's the weapon change. Is that more like what Xena? I don't even recall what Xena uses. Xena's such an old thing that like Zoomers aren't even going to know who Xena Warrior Princess is. But anyways, I'm assuming that's what the reference is here. Her face is kind of derpy here, but other than that, I think it's cool. I like the color scheme. Spectacular Sivir. All right. The one question I'm going to have later on is she going to get more clothes? Because she's like half naked in all of these. Anyway, okay. I like the like throwing star almost kind of, it's like a pendant star a little bit here. The weapon's cool. Again, like I think my main focus is going to be on the weapon change for each skin. Armor wise, yeah, it's all right. Next is Huntress Sivir. Some of the old splash arts are interesting. Whoa. Oh, is it like a boomerang now instead? That's pretty cool. I love how the weapon's just going right through her boobs. Interesting. I think even less clothes here. But yeah, okay, that makes sense with the boomerang. Obviously the weapon it works in the same sense as a boomerang, so that's pretty cool. Moving on, we have Bandit Sivir. A lot of these old skins back here. Okay, she has more clothes on because I'm assuming she's more supposed to be from the Freljord in this one. This is pretty cool. I like the weapon. I like the shoulder pauldron with the spikes out on here as well, and same thing with like her greaves and stuff. Yeah, okay, I think this is a decent one. It's not bad. Okay, next is the Pax skin for Sivir. Fully clothed Sivir, guys. The weapon looks like helicopter blades. No, it's the PAX symbol, isn't it? No, that's literally the PAX symbol. This is from PAX 2011. Guys, that was 13 years ago. That's insane. It kind of looks like a skiing outfit, though, at the same time. But okay, you know, if you got this at PAX in 2011, I'm sure that's pretty cool. Next up is Snowstorm. All right. Yeah, we got some more Freljordian type clothing. Oh, I like that the weapon is a snowflake. See, that's super creative. I really enjoy that. And then, yeah, the rest is just kind of like winter Freljordian clothes. So yeah, I guess I like the little like crown jewel here at the top. But other than that, yeah, the weapon's the coolest part. Next is Warden Sivir. Oh, here we go. Ooh, this gives it like a Demacian flair. This feels very Demacian, right? It almost looks like Petricite armor. The weapon is actually sick. I like the helmet and the hair. She looks really, really cool here. I think the helmet is awesome. And actually the whole armor set is awesome. This is a really good one. This one's probably my favorite so far. Next is Victorious. Okay, I usually like the Victorious skins. The headpiece is kind of weird looking. I think it goes too far down. The weapon is cool. I do like that. What is this called? Like with the leaves going across like that? There's a word for this. I do like that though. And then I like the purple here. The purple with the blue and then like the silver. Yeah, this is really good. I like Victorious Sivir quite a bit as well. I really like the Victorious skin line, I think. All right, next is, Neopacks. Hold on, let's take a look. So it's the PAX skin again from 2011, but this is in 2017. Special event skin given away PAX West 2017. Okay, yeah, I think this is an improvement on the original from 2011. The weapon again being the PAX symbol. But yeah, I think it's an improvement. It's just kind of like a reskin or a recolor. And then we have Pizza Delivery. I don't recall why I like have heard of this skin or know about this skin. Maybe it was just really popular and everybody loved it, or it came out of nowhere. The fact that her weapon is a whole pizza pie, like that's insane. It'd be really cool. I was going to say it'd be really cool if you could change the pizza, and you absolutely can with the different chromas. I mean, this is just a sick pizza. Oh, and I love how they did 2 halves of a pizza here with the last chroma. That's actually sick. I mean, the pepperoni is obviously my favorite. I don't think I'd eat any of these other ones. Maybe this one with, I think, green pepper and, shrimp. Yeah, I don't think I'd do the shrimp. Never mind. This one I would eat. It looks like a white pie pizza. All right, yeah, this is actually a sick skin. I like Pizza Delivery. The outfit is kind of insane for a pizza delivery girl, but, I think the best part of it, again, is the weapon. I think it's really sick. This, honestly, might just go on the top 3. It's just super creative and really funny. All right, next is, we got a Blood Moon skin. I haven't seen one of these in a minute. Oh, the mask is sick. The mask is so cool. Her outfit is really cool. The weapon is okay. I think the pizza's better, but the pizza's kind of a, that's a high scale to beat there. I think the mask is sick and her outfit is sick. Let's look at the weapon, the chromas. Ooh, I like the blue one. Yeah, I like her outfit a lot in this Blood Moon one. The weapon, I think, is just okay. I see that the weapon color scheme changes as well. Yeah, if the weapon was a little bit better, I think I might like this more, but I do really like the outfit. We have Odyssey Sivir. Odyssey. Have I seen an Odyssey skin? I think I have. This is very cyberpunky, right? Bounty hunter. Sivir runs her own small bounty hunting operation on the fringes of the galaxy. And for that fact alone, I think it gets extra points for me because I'm very much into like sci-fi, kind of like cyberpunk, like kind of that world, and like bounty hunting like Star Wars or even like Cowboy Bebop. I really like that kind of genre of stuff. So I really like her outfit. I think it fits. It's very cyberpunk, kind of bounty hunter-y, I guess, if you want to say that. And then the weapon is really cool. I like the color schemes on the weapon as well. Yeah, I think it gets like some brownie points for the world that it's set in, personally. So Odyssey is really, really good to me. All right, next is, Cafe Cuties. All right, we've seen a couple of these. Yep, that's exactly, and I was gonna say, is it a tray with, I thought it was gonna be tea, but it looks like it's like some sort of pastry of some kind. All right, Sivir began as a pastry chef, but has since transitioned to front of house defense specialist. I mean, this is a really good skin. I mean, I mean, it's exactly what it set out to be, and it's a really good Cafe Cutie Sivir skin. I like the fact that you actually see different designs in the weapon as well. And the weapon is creative again. Like, I really like the weapon. I think, the black one's actually really sick at the very end here. Like with the traditional maid outfit colors. This is really, really sick. I really like Cafe Cuties. I like the hair color as well with the pink here at the end. Oh, even here, actually, I think I might like the hair color better. And the hairstyle that she's got it in. Yeah, this is a really sick skin. Solar Eclipse. Ooh, okay. Oh, whoa. Oh, I love her hair. That like vibrant red orange is sick. The weapon is really cool too. Guys, this is going to be a tough top 3 for me. I think Sivir, like obviously those first skins are a little rough, but they get really good here towards the end. I love her hair, like how these 2 in the front are hanging, and then she just has a big giant ponytail in the back. And then the armor is sick. I love like the dark armor, like this like basically black armor that she has in the front. And the weapon is interesting. It's got like this giant thing in the middle, but I really like the design of the weapon. I think mostly it goes for me either the hair, the armor that she's wearing, and then like the weapon itself. Like if those three are really outstanding, that's what does it for me. I think this one's really good. This is going to be rough, guys. All right, 4 more left to go. We have Mythmaker. I've seen a couple Mythmakers. Ooh, see, like, I might like this one already. Yeah, see, I like the weapon a little bit better than the Blood Moon one. Just to compare those two a little bit. Well, I might like the Blood Moon outfit better, but I like the weapon here way better. I don't know if I like... None of the color schemes are really like, or the chromas are like sticking out to me, which might be a problem. Yeah, okay, it's a really sick skin. Like, obviously, if I had this in League, I would obviously still use it, and I think it's really good. Yeah, nothing's standing out to me with that one. All right, we have Prestige Mythmaker. Oh, the splash art in this is wild. Okay. All right, this one. Okay. Oh, the weapon. Oh, the weapon's very KDA, right? Yeah. Okay, this one is quite a bit different, in my opinion, from the original Mythmaker. And I like it quite a bit better than regular Mythmaker, even the weapon, because I like this little, I don't even know what you want to call it. It's just like the diamond design on it. Really, really sick. Reminds me of KDA. I like it quite a bit, but I don't like the original Mythmaker. So I like to keep the Prestige and the regulars like together as one group. We'll see. All right, 2 more, guys. Primal Ambush. I know this has been a lot of skins that we've been looking at here. Okay, they made her a Vestayan, basically. Okay, the weapon, very similar to an earlier one. I think the weapon's not bad. I like the golden handles on it, for sure. I like the golden everything in this. The cat ears, pretty cool. The claws as well. Yeah, dude, okay, there's something cool about this one, but the only issue with it, I mean, everything's really cool about this one, actually. I like the hairstyle, I like the cat ears, I like the outfit. The weapon is kind of lacking for me, and that might do it in. We'll see, though. We have one more skin to look at. I actually really like Primal Ambush. I don't think we've seen a previous Primal Ambush. This might be the only one I've seen, but it's really sick. All right, last but not least, we have Anne Sivir. Okay. So we got Riot Anniversary. Signals that... Okay, let's look at this. What is this? It's the anniversary. 1027 Riot Anniversary signals that enemies are missing. 1027. What is this? Wait, okay, so she's wearing... Okay, there's lore behind this. There's so much lore behind this outfit. So she's wearing a Teemo hat. I'm assuming that's Teemo's outfit as well on her. And then... Okay, guys, forgive me. The logo... That's the old logo, right? I feel like I'm crazy here. Okay, so this was an anniversary skin for League of Legends. Sivir is super old, obviously. Was she one of the first? I actually don't know if she was one of the first champions in the game. So I understand what they're trying to do with this. The Teemo hat, of course, is pretty adorable. We obviously got to see that a little bit in the Arcane Season 2 as well on Isha. Other than that, though, you know, obviously it's just like a cute little anniversary skin. She has a little League of Legends bag here as well. You know, it's for somebody. I think, obviously, for people that actually play League of Legends, have enjoyed it for many, many years, are going to enjoy this skin. Maybe even like Sivir mains. Obviously, for me, I don't have that kind of, lore background for me. So this, like, I like it, but it's not going to be in my top 3. But I'm sure you guys can give me more lore about this skin in the comments. Okay, before we move on to the little bit of trivia, this is going to be a little rough. So I really did like Prestige Mythmaker. We're not going to pick Mythmaker, I don't think, though, for the top 3. This is actually not too hard. So I think, personally, Pizza Delivery has to be in the top 10. Or, I mean, top 3, top 10, jeez. It's just so funny, so good. Like, the fact that they decided, let's do a pizza for her freaking weapon. I think that's super creative. This is where it gets a little tough. Okay, so I really, we're going to do Odyssey. I did enjoy Odyssey. Like I said, it gets brownie points for just like the theme and everything of it. It's very like much the genre of things that I like to watch or like enjoy. And I wanted to go Cafe Cuties. Well, do I want to go Cafe Cuties? I want to go Cafe Cuties really, really bad, but I actually think I'm going to go with Solar Eclipse. I really enjoyed the weapon in Solar Eclipse a little bit more, I think, than Cafe Cuties. Her outfit in Cafe Cuties, obviously freaking adorable, amazing. But I really like the dark kind of armor and everything that she wears in this. And then the weapon, I liked it better than Cafe Cuties, but of course Cafe Cuties is very sick. A lot of these skins are really, really good though. Honestly, like Warden was really sick. Victorious was really good. And then Blood Moon was okay, but I liked Mythmaker quite a bit as well. Some of the older ones, obviously a little weird, but I think they got better with the Sivir skins later on. You guys let me know in the comments what your favorite Sivir skin is, though, if you had to choose one. All right, so we have trivia. Sivir, the Battle Mistress, and then, okay, there's 2 different versions. I don't know which one was updated. Is this the newest one? That looks like this is the newest one. This is the old Sivir, so this is the original Sivir. We're actually gonna, we'll read some of it. Actually, we'll read everything here, just so we can get an idea of what changed. So Sivir is voiced by Rebecca Scheiwitzer. Original Morgana is also voiced by the same actress. Sivir was the first champion to have a 10-point rating for ability power. In the 2009 official teaser trailer for League of Legends, as well as in the one of the concept art for her, Sivir had pink hair. In the founding interns of League of Legends YouTube video uploaded by the Riot Games channel, concept art for Sivir was shown to depict her with blonde hair and an overall wildly different design. The moments she appears in the video are here and here. So basically, Sivir's design went through a lot of different changes, basically. Sivir is the second to feature 2 champion spotlights due to significant gameplay changes, the others being Ezreal, Karma, Katarina, and Lee Sin. Sivir was one of the first 6 champions designed together. Okay, so she is one of the 6. The first 6. So it was Annie, Lee Sin, Singe, Sion, Twisted Fate, and Sivir. Got it. And then Sivir resembles Latin adjective severus, meaning grim, stern, and strict. All right, and then current day Sivir. Sivir's Chalakar's name and design were inspired by the Indian chakram. Her dance references the arm wave dance. Sivir was going to have an esports skin to celebrate SK Telecom T1 winning the Season 5 World Championship, but it says SK T1 Bang, the one she represented, requested she be swapped for Callista after the whole set was pulled, okay? And then Sivir is voiced by Alexa Khan in Legends of Runeterra. All right. So we have, we have a new voice actress for her now in current day. You guys have to let me know. All right, guys, let's move on to our wiki. All right, so we're taking a look at Sivir's wiki. All right, I skimmed most of contemporary history. It's basically repeat as well, but I wanted to read the last sentence here. Basically, it says, now Sivir, along with Nasus and Talia, is preparing to decide whether to embrace the fate they gave her or forge her own on the sands of Shurima. Which, very much so with her personality, which we're going to get into next, seems like she doesn't want to go down this path of her destiny, right? I think she's very like, I don't really want to. All right, so personality. Sivir is possessed of a mercenary's code of values and isn't motivated by anything as much as material wealth. Causes nobility and matter of honor pale in her eyes when compared to the alluring clinking of coin. Shaped by a harsh childhood spent trying to survive and make a living in the Shuriman Sai, while always on the lookout for betrayal, Sivir is inherently a distrustful person. This is evidenced by her being slow to let down her guard and around Talia, even though the Stoneweaver had been the one to rescue Sivir and stitch her wounds after finding her bleeding outside Vakara. Okay, so Talia is the one that patches her up. Sivir's pragmatic self-interest plays a large part in why she doesn't embrace her role as Azir's heir. Right, her pragmatic self-interest is a basic reason why she doesn't want to. Preferring her modest life as a mercenary / fortune hunter while avoiding the destiny seemingly placed before her. But I think at some point this destiny is going to catch up with her, right? All right, appearance. Sivir is a beautiful girl of average height, curvaceous, and somewhat toned. She has tan skin, long jet black hair that falls down her back, and shiny blue eyes. She wears somewhat revealing black and gray clothing with black boots, gloves, a bra, and a black skirt with gold accents, a white scarf around her neck, and a gold tiara with a turquoise jewel in the center. Powers and abilities. She just has expert combatant. Sivir is a fairly skilled and highly skilled fighter. That sentence doesn't even make sense. Sivir is a highly skilled fighter. Let's just say that. All right, weapons. Chalakar. Sivir possesses a giant Chalakar as a weapon. This weapon acts as a boomerang so that she can throw it and immediately return to it afterward. Relations. Here we go. So we have Cassiopeia. She hired Sivir to raid an ancient Shuriman ruin and later stabbed her to steal her blade in order to open a tomb. Azir. Sivir wants nothing to do with Azir, for even though he saved her life, she doesn't want to owe him anything, let alone assume the responsibility of uniting Shurima, which in her eyes will always be a lawless, ruthless land. Sivir seems to have descended from Azir's illegitimate child, whom he was never aware of. Xerath will hunt her down no matter what, for in her he sees the shackles that still bind him, as well as the decadent society that brought him nothing but misery. So yeah, he's chasing her down. Nasus and obviously Talia, it seems like, are kind of aligned in a sense of like what they are, like, I don't know what their goal is. And then obviously Azir is doing his thing. And then we have Talia. Talia promised the Great Weaver to nurse Sivir back to health and to protect her when she was wounded after leaving the newly risen Shurima city. And Nasus sees in Sivir the hope of a reborn Shurima and the key to defeating Xerath. Okay, so Nasus thinks she's the key to defeating him. Interesting. I could see maybe that's the case, right? She's the, descendant of Azir. I could see her possibly being the one that needs to defeat him or something like that, or the only one that possibly can. That'd be really cool. I want them to actually start moving along the Shuriman, like the region, like story-wise. I feel like, have we had anything there recently? What's been the most recent development in Shurima? Is it just Azir being, you know, reborn basically, and then him rebuilding the city? I feel like nothing's happened since then. All right, that's it for the wiki. Let's see. We read the biography. We did not read the 36-minute read Bloodline. It's a short story. And then the videos that we've already watched them. We didn't watch them in this video, but Descent into the Tomb and Rise of the Ascended, we have watched those videos before. We did watch The Lone Warrior, and we did read Water, the short story. Her combat is really cool in that video, or in that story. All right, just a little bit of trivia. Based on the timeline of events, Sivir is possibly in her late 20s, early 30s. Sivir does honor her mercenary agreements 99% of the time, but she offers her services to the highest bidder. When she found the crossblade weapon, she felt such an unbreakable connection to the blade that its value to her surpassed the money she'd get from the Lord from Nash Ramay. She does not discriminate working for anyone and killing people, including the innocent, so long as she's paid enough to do so. Wow, okay. No moral compass there. She'll kill you as long as she's paid. Her weapon, the Chalakar, was previously owned by the god warrior queen Sataka. In the story Twilight of the Gods, it is revealed that the Chalakar is from the celestial kingdoms above Targon's Peak. Oh, I did not... Did I know that? I might have known that. If funneled, the weapon is able to cast Portal Jump and allows releasing an empowered form of moonfalling to reverse the ascension away from the Darken. Wait, the weapon can do that? The Chalakar can do that? At the end of the story, okay, hold on. This is reminding me of like stuff from like Diana or something. Okay, anyways, at the end of the story, the Chalakar had absorbed the, for want of a better phrase, darkened DNA essence, which combined with Ta'anari's heart would allow humans to craft the weapons tailored to trap the Darken at a later date. Tomb of Emperors is Shuriman, but the events of the story imbued the Chalakar with a resonance to the Ascended, so it acted as a channel between Sivir and her distant ancestor Azir, which allowed her blood to revive him. As the alchemists of old said, like attracts like. And then based on the description in the story, Sivunas Alahir, who is destined to either destroy or unite Shurima, may be Sivir. Okay. I assume probably to reunite or to unite Shurima, but they haven't moved her story along yet in that sense. But because that's basically supposed to be her destiny, I feel like we've already destroyed Shurima and we're just now rebuilding it. We don't need to destroy it again. So yeah, okay, a lot of stuff going on here with the Chalakar, the weapon. You know, I knew it was a key for the tomb. I think maybe I heard reference of it being more than that, but I definitely knew in my head that it was the weapon to that tomb that had Nasus and Renekton and Azir all locked up and everything, right? So you guys let me know more about the Chalakar, if there's some stuff missing here, or just like put it in layman English terms for me, any additional information about the Chalakar. All right, folks, we're going to do Sivir's Legends of Runeterra interactions first. We'll do the original League of Legends voice lines afterwards. Let's dive into these. Hopefully we have a lot. Let's take a look.
The glory of Shurima's past will be brought to light.
Don't worry, I've been unearthing the past for years.
All right.
Leave these tombs. Your throne awaits.
Your throne.
My empire's the desert, and all its riches are mine.
Yeah, see, she doesn't care about a
Millennia
throne.
ago, Shurima spanned the entire continent.
Sure, Emperor.
We've met before, Sivir, in another life.
Interesting.
Tell that Sivir hi when I send you back there.
Oh, yeah, she is very much just like not about it. She doesn't care anything about like Shurima overall or the throne or anything. And obviously, you know, Azir wants her to be there. But...
Tread lightly. The tomb holds hidden danger.
I'll be careful.
She really doesn't care, does she?
Will not tolerate your trespass.
They can take it up with my blade. Aren't you Nasus's brother, Ruin Toad, Rat Tongue?
Oh, that's crazy. Nice, Renekton.
Let's go. I want to see some alligator tears.
Crocodile!
Oh. Ooh.
Who needs a map?
Idiot foreigners in over their heads? Why do you ask?
Don't blink,
That was a good one.
or you'll miss me.
Close my eyes, but you're still here.
Don't blink, or you'll miss me.
Kid, I really won't.
I
Dang.
thought you'd never ask.
Just can't take the hint, can you? Get
Yeah, I mean, Ezreal's obviously flirting.
lost.
For
course.
justice! For Demacia!
And neither is worth my time.
Oh, neither justice or Demacia. Yeah, she doesn't care about justice. It's money, right?
We fight for those who cannot.
Square is that job yours, huh? Didn't figure you for a go-get-'em type, Jarvan.
Clearly, you have much to learn about me.
You know, same here. I need to learn about Jarvan the Fourth at some
That
point.
lance is gonna be a hell of a payday.
If you mean it'll cost you your life, then yes.
I kind of like his
Wealth
responses.
is merely a foolish distraction, my dear.
LeBlanc.
Then call me a rich, distracted fool.
Interesting. LeBlanc's like, wealth means nothing.
No prey, no pay.
No gold, no glory.
Pathetic looters!
I feel like her and Misfortune would get along.
I'll tear you to pieces!
Get in my way, and the next tomb I visit will be yours.
Ooh.
Time is money.
That there you go. That's how you sum up Sivir, right? Time is money to her.
This pay by the hour. The real treasure is friendship. Nah, it's the gold. They got what they paid for.
That's funny.
Another victory to fill the coffers. Guess who just earned her bonus? My fee just went up. Now it's personal.
What have you got?
Oh, now it's personal at the very end there. Okay, let's go ahead and go through here and check out some other voice lines of hers.
Your bloodline is valuable beyond measure.
Valuable beyond measure, huh?
See, she's trying to turn it into another way there.
So, how was your day? Did you find valuable loot?
Yeah, whatever. Loot was fine.
It's like your dad asking you questions when you come home from school or something.
Sivir, I thought we might spend some time and catch up.
That could be as fun as that time I almost died.
Sivir, I thought I might get to know my greatest granddaughter.
Crazy.
Don't ever call me that again.
The Empire and its subjects can be yours to rule.
Subjects? I only look out for one person.
Herself.
Accept your destiny, Sivir.
Ooh.
You really don't know me.
How good
Well, now I do. Now I do know her. I didn't know she was all like mercenary and like only cared about money, doesn't care about her destiny. So it'll be interesting to see what they do in the future with her story, just to like maybe almost force her into it. I feel like at some point Riot's gonna write it to the point where like she almost has to accept her destiny over everything because something will be, I don't know, at stake, right? All right, we have Azir tier 3 here.
power beyond measure. Am I cool now?
You'll never be cool.
Grandpa asking if he's cool now.
Sivir, we can rule for all eternity.
That's an eternity too long.
We better
Yo, I love the interactions between her and Azir. They're so good.
Go my way, I never will again. This place reeks of rot and death.
Smells like adventure and money, you mean?
Here
Money, money, money. Sivir just likes money.
So, this is the Butcher of the Sands.
follow me and I'll show you how I earned that name.
Okay.
Big weapon for a little warrior.
Come on, I'll give you a closer look.
Ooh, I like the response there. I mean, Renekton's not wrong, though.
So, what secrets do your tombs hold, Nasus?
Immeasurable wealth and terrible consequence.
I'm sure she wants that wealth, though.
Please.
Little human, you face a god!
Not the first time, won't be the last.
All right, guys, I really enjoyed her special interactions for Legends of Runeterra, mostly because of the interactions between like her and Azir. Basically, Azir is just like her great grandpa, and he's like asking her questions like she's coming home from school or work or whatever. It's like, how was your day, hon? You know what I mean? Like he's trying to be that grandpa just because he obviously wants her to follow her destiny. So he's trying to be a little bit nice and stuff, right? And just like, how was your day and everything. But you know, Sivir's obviously a little bit one note. Not to the point where like she's annoyingly one note. She just cares about money. I mean, that's not unique in a sense of like, I've obviously seen that character done many times before where all they care about is, you know, the next bounty or whatever. All they care about is their money, making sure they have enough money and just getting more and more of it. But she's not so one note to like the annoying point. I think she's still pretty clever. She's obviously very smart. There's a lot going on still with her character, in my opinion. but she's more of like a survivor, and so she just cares more about like herself and money, right? She doesn't care about her destiny. She doesn't care about her royal bloodline. It doesn't matter to her, right? And I don't know why it even should. Like, I get her point, is basically what I'm saying. But yeah, they did make her a little one note when they created her a long time ago. And I don't think they've really changed that. I'm sure when they first made Sivir, they made her this mercenary bounty hunter who just cares about wealth and nothing else. And yeah, she's a little one note. I don't think she's super annoying in that sense. I think she actually has a lot going on with her lore, and I think she's really cool and a badass in combat. So it'll be interesting to see what they end up doing to maybe sway her in the future to like follow this destiny, because I think they're eventually going to do that, because otherwise what's going on with Sivir and Azir and all this stuff going on anyways, right? Like, I think she's definitely going to be a super important character in the future of Shurima. So it'll be cool to see what they end up doing with that. All right, guys, let's finally listen to the rest of her voice lines. All right, folks, let's go ahead and do the voice lines for Sivir in League of Legends, starting off with Pick. Oh, you hear the Chalakar. That's cool.
I always take my toll, blood or gold. It's just business.
Ah, it's just business. That's actually perfect for her. All right, first move with ally Azir.
All right, Azir. Let's put your ascension to work.
Nice.
You
Moving?
can't tame the desert. I make my own fortune. I've got values. They stack up nicely.
Okay, I'm really liking some of these. These are really funny.
Heroes go hungry. Honor is the rust on a dull blade.
Yeah, she doesn't care about any of that stuff. Heroes go hungry is such a good line too.
The only thing I look up to is the sky. Kings come and go, but gold stays.
Wow. Honestly, not wrong, and actually so good. I need to start saving money, guys. I need to stop spending all this money.
It's not stealing if they're dead. You've got a problem. I've got a price.
Nice.
I'll fight for a cause. I won't die for one. Laws are whatever works at the time. Get paid and get out. Loyalty isn't earned. It's bought.
It's bought, yep.
Wealth is my kind of burden. Everyone has a price.
Man, like some of these are kind of cliche, but they're also so good. If you really think about it, like this one really sits with me. The kings come and go, but gold stays. That's such a good line. All right, first encounter with Azir.
Looks like trouble runs in the family, eh, Azir?
Now we have Cassiopeia, who obviously stabbed her in the back.
That forked tongue could use a matching forked face.
Ooh,
Oh, look. I'm about to step on a snake.
nice.
You always were a snake. Now you look the part. Your inner beauty really shines through,
Your
Cassiopeia.
inner beauty is crazy. All right, first encounter with Renekton.
I could use a pair of crocskin boots.
That's wild.
You'll make a nice bag.
That's also messed up, though. All right, first encounter with an Ascended.
Ascension is a problem. I'm the solution. Keeping the Ascended in line is a full-time job.
Okay, there you go. All right, taunts.
Look up. See the buzzards circling?
They're not here for her.
You can't take it with you, so give it to me. Takes a lot to stay at the top.
Nice. All right, jokes.
They say the desert is a cruel mistress. I like the sound of that.
She's the cruel mistress. I got it.
Cut purse? No. Cut throat? Yes.
All right, her laughs. That was a good one. Sounds genuine. Those are good laughs. Okay, we have our basic attacks. And then attacking.
Here's where I get my cut. Feed the jackals. Another fight, another fee. You're worth my time. Dead. Life's cheap. Death pays. Make me work for it.
Oh.
I go where the trouble is. Easy pay. It's just business.
It's just business.
You die for free. This one's on me. Crack 'em like a tomb.
Crack 'em like a tomb.
Step light, strike hard.
That's only a Shuriman voice line right there, right?
Victory is what I'm paid for. Don't get between me and my gold.
Yeah, yep. I definitely would not want to do that. All right, using Boomerang Blade.
Catch! Better duck! Take this! Heads up!
All right, those are good. Using Ricochet. Whoa. She gets real loud. All right, using Spell Shield, blocking an effect.
Back off. Nice try.
Killing a champion.
This is my desert. I do my own dirty work. Take back what's ours. Come to my desert. Pay my price. Business is good. Another contract completed.
Business is good. That's from like so many things, right? Scoring a pentakill.
Send more goons. I think it's working.
Ha.
Yeah, I am that good.
All right, and then death. Oh my. All right, we are not going to talk about those death noises. Continuing on. In the co-op versus AI, she also says, think you can dodge my blade. She says GG, and then a great battle. All right, let's just look at the little bit of trivia here. It says everyone has a price. Might be referencing Ted D. I don't know who that is. Ted D. And then Sivir shares quotes with Echo saying catch and heads up. Okay. The lines in Echo's voiceover might be deliberate copies as his released well after Sivir's, since both abilities feature a returning weapon. And then there's additional stuff for Solar Eclipse Sivir. All right, I mean, honestly, these voice lines were pretty darn good. Honestly, with the older champions, their voice lines in League of Legends, I'm always a little bit like, I go in, no expectations or like kind of low expectations just because they're so old, right? But I think these are honestly pretty perfect for her. They go in with her idea of just like caring about money, caring about nothing else. She doesn't care about her stupid destiny or anything like that, right? She's just like, make sure you pay me. Loyalty is bought. It's not, you know, won over or anything like that. It's not earned. Just make sure you pay me and I'll get the job done. As long as you're paying, don't get in between her and her money. Like, it, you know, that kind of stuff. It was really, really good. I liked it. Again, I think she's a very one-note champion, but this whole destiny thing makes it a little bit more interesting to her. If she didn't have like the whole destiny thing behind her with Azir being related and everything like that, she might be a little bit more boring. But the fact that she has that little thing that's probably still back, you know, in the back of her head, she probably thinks about it every once in a while. She probably doesn't know what to do with it though. She only cares about herself and money. So that little like wrench being thrown in is very interesting, and I think it adds a lot of character to Sivir. Again, I think my favorite though of these is definitely the kings come and go, but gold stays. You could maybe change it to say emperors come and go, but gold stays. I just like that fact, right? Because it's very, very true. Yeah, guys, I really enjoyed doing Sivir. I know she's one of the oldest champions in the game, so we finally got around to doing this. And, you know, Shurima, we're running out of champions in this area or this region, but I still really want them to kind of move this region forward in terms of lore. I don't know if that's going to be happening, though, because I don't think Shurima was ever mentioned in terms of, like, what's to come after Arcane. It kind of seems like we're going in the direction of, like, Noxus, Ionia, Demacia. That's still super, super exciting. I still really, really enjoy the Shuriman region quite a bit, and I think what's going on here is really, really cool. So it'll be cool to see what they end up doing with Sivir in the future. I think they got to do something along with this destiny of Azir, Sivir, you know, Nasus and all them. Like, what's going on here? They got to move that stuff forward eventually. Personally, though, I'm pleasantly surprised by how much I enjoyed her voice lines. I didn't think I would, you know, I mean, I didn't know anything about her, though. So I guess I kind of went in with no expectations. But I came out really enjoying her voice lines and just enjoying her lore overall and everything like that. So that was a pleasant surprise, guys. I think that's it. If there's anything I missed about Sivir, if there's anything you guys want to add to the comments about Sivir, please let me know. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this reaction. Please make sure you leave a thumbs up on the video so other people can see it. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the other League of Legends reactions that you may have missed on the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.